What's going on, YouTube? I know I've been like slacking on videos, and I always say I'm trying. But if you want more information about that, check out the channel update. I haven't done a channel update in a long time, so make sure to check out that. But this one, nobody sent me. I saw it on my newsfeed. I'm like, dude, Max Landis is a fucking genius, and I love his work. I just love it. He did The Death of Superman, and then he had a new movie coming out with Jesse Eisenberg, Ultra something. I've been wanting to check it out, but I've just been really busy with real life stuff. I know for a fact he has a Superman comic coming out the end of the year or something like that. And when they announced that, I was like, yo, that's smart. He's just a very visualized type of person that when he's telling you his story, you can get hooked on it. And now this one, supposedly he did a movie fights thing where he does his own pitch for Man of Steel 2, and I'm gonna fucking enjoy the shit out of this. So hopefully, Max, you're watching this. I'm a big fan of you. I love your work, and let's see what you got, man. Let's see what you got. Let's go.
What's going on, guys? We are with a very special guest today. He is the screenwriter of American Ultra.
American Ultra, that's what's called.
He's an entrepreneur, a dreamer. Thank you for making time for us, Max Landis.
Thank you so much. I feel like a dreamer, a Renaissance man. I feel like this is a nice way of saying I'm a male prostitute.
Oh, yeah. I mean, anything for money, you will do.
Yeah, anything.
You've done it.
Welcome to being a screenwriter.
You came on movie fights recently, and you blew the doors off movie fights. You were.
So some would say maybe too much. I had a little bit too much enthusiasm, but I had so much fun.
I understand that because he's really passionate about it. I'm like that too when I explain my stories.
Sequel for Man of Steel 2. Do you want to give us any preface for this? What inspired it, or your thoughts, your history with Superman?
Yeah, I've loved the character of Superman since I was very little. I've talked about Superman way too much on the internet, in public. I have I'm literally living a dream right now because in November, the first issue of a 7-issue run called American Alien, which is my Superman comic, comes out.
Definitely gonna pick that up.
It's me putting my money where my mouth is.
Definitely gonna pick that up.
The thing I pitched was off the top of my head.
Yes.
And I feel like it ultimately addressed a lot of things that might be looked at in Dawn of Justice. Andy told me, like, Batman's in it. And I was like, my Superman sequel, in my head, would never include Batman. So I was like, I guess I got to try to fit in everybody. So I hope you enjoy it.
I did enjoy it. Let's take a look at it.
Okay, here we go, people. Here we go.
Destruction of over half of Metropolis at the end of Man of Steel. Superman is a universally reviled figure. Clark Kent, a small-town boy who had never even been in a fist fight before he was attacked by a military man and forced to decimate a city he loved, has terrible PTSD and has given up being Superman. He gets the shakes every night. He's trying to date Lois Lane, but the fact that he has a secret that she's doing a huge piece on is being, like, very reviled about the idea that Superman was ultimately a negative thing, and that the destruction, you know, it's 9/11. It's 10 9/11s.
That's fucking smart.
Home. He is miserable, but he has to do one more assignment before he leaves his job at the Daily Planet. And we get to really see this guy. I mean, he's living in New York post 9/11, basically. Everyone on the street has graffiti saying, like, Superman's incredible, Superman sucks. You know, like, everyone also doesn't understand, because it's the age of the internet, that Superman and Zod are even necessarily two different people. Keep in mind, the first time the world saw that Superman suit was f***ing him destroying the city. So for all they know, they were just two random aliens, and that haunts Clark every night because he thinks of himself as a man and as an American and as a good guy, and that tortures him. He has to do one more thing. He has to go interview this billionaire investor named Lex Luthor. He goes to interview him. He doesn't understand why he's been chosen. He's a rookie interviewer. Lex Luthor is a sharky investor. He treats his employees like he's basically an evil Elon Musk. But when you're sitting there with him, and he's Tom Hanks, he seems...
Tom Hanks?
He's like, as
Lex Luthor?
You and I have an image problem. He's like, I'm just a reporter.
Damn, they put this pretty good together.
You think it was hard for me to figure out who you were? But
I would love to see Tom Hanks as Lex Luthor.
We're going to start branding you.
You are just one man. You'll never know where you're needed and when, but
I would like to see Tom Hanks as Lex Luthor. There are so many other better choices than Jesse Eisenberg. That's just me, but I think he's still going to do a good job.
I need you to do favors for me. I need you to repair facilities around the world. I think I can make you look like the greatest humanitarian figure of all time. Now, is that what you want to do? Do you want to help people and inspire people with hope?
So
Like,
he
yes,
knows.
so it starts,
So he
and
knows who
suddenly
Superman is.
We're getting into all the stuff that we didn't get to see in Man of Steel. Him saving people, him being sent places. Lex Luthor is sponsoring Superman. It's incredible. Suddenly he has a 60 Minutes interview. Everyone starts to love Superman like they do in the comics and understand that what happened in Metropolis was a mistake. That's when someone breaks into Clark's home. It's a guy in a bat costume.
Okay.
You need to listen to me. You can't trust Luthor. Or it's the Warner Brothers movie, so you need to listen to me. What are you talking about? You've broken into my home. You're the Batman. You're the vigilante from Gotham. That's right. Listen, it's part of a bigger plan. He has bad intentions, but if you listen to me, I can help you out of this. If you work for me instead of Luthor, as an agent of Batman, we can pull together the Earth's greatest heroes. We then enter the bulk of the movie, which is Luthor forcing Superman to track down and capture the members of the Justice League. All the other
Oh,
metahumans.
okay.
And they seem scary. The Flash's powers are out of control. Wonder Woman kills lots of people. Green Arrow is another friggin' vigilante. The Martian Manhunter's a monster. And by the time you get to the third act, he has captured all of them. And that's when Luthor reveals what you've created is a sovereign force, more powerful than any that has ever existed on Earth. This team could take down any army. No nation in the world could stand against us. And Superman is like, I thought we were doing this to protect the world. I'm naive and sweet. He's like, your next job is to take out Batman. And he's like, okay. So he goes to take out Batman because Luthor is still sort of on his side. Even though he's getting scarier and scarier, he still saved Clark. Lex Luthor has saved Superman from being a pariah. And as things grow in emotional intensity, by the end of the last act, Superman with Batman goes rogue. Because Bruce Wayne basically says, you didn't give away my identity. I know you know there's something wrong with Luthor. If you want to inspire people, do what I do. Inspire by fear. Scare Luthor. Because that's what he's making you do. And Superman realizes, I don't need to beat Lex Luthor. I can't condemn him. I can't testify in a stand. I can't say who I am. What I need to do is free the Justice League. So the last act of the movie is Batman-Superman team-up. They free the Justice League, have to fight Luthor, and one of the coolest sequences in movie history, beautifully directed by James Cameron. I'm pulling him off Avatar.
Thank you.
The Justice League gets into a major fight in a city center with Luthor's Luthor droids, like the robots. Except the whole time, Superman, Clark is like, they're hitting back! Go save those people! Go save these people! So one member of the Justice League is fighting the Luthor droids at a time. There is almost no property damage, and no one is hurt. And at the end of it, Superman lands and rips open the Luthor droid, and Luthor's like, you can't kill me on TV! You know what are you doing? You destroyed half a city! And then it's a slow pin up, and the city's fine. And the Justice League is like walking up behind him, and Luthor's like, oh shit. And Superman just goes, bink, knocks him out. Justice League now exists. Man of Steel 3, I would want to focus on Doomsday. Justice League versus Doomsday.
Okay.
So Max,
pretty
that
good.
Was pretty epic.
Pretty
Anything
epic
change about
pitch.
That? Anything you want to follow or amend?
So many things I'd change, but I guess if I could just choose one, it would be to make clear that the actual sequel to My Man of Steel 2 would be called Superman. And would be a movie where I say Doomsday, but to me that's the Justice League movie, and that comes out later.
Gotcha.
I think the sequel in Superman, I'd want him fighting someone like Toyman. Like, do a real Superman movie.
Yeah.
Where Clark is at work and he has
I would like to see Parasite.
Also,
Parasite,
that
it would be cool.
Because we haven't seen those characters on film before.
Parasite would
We
be
haven't even
fucking
seen
awesome.
Brainiac.
Yeah.
We've seen Zod twice, and we haven't seen Brainiac once. The truth is it's the most concise, sparse, least nuanced characters that they use. Because harder characters like Mr. Sinister, he's harder to pull off.
Yeah.
And you know, Brainiac, if you it up, although it gives you an opportunity to do the Marvel thing, which is an army of identical gray people.
Right.
How about you know why I liked Kingpin on Daredevil?
Why's that?
Because he wasn't a identical gray person. I love Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
Have a villain who can fight the whole team at once, instead of a million villains who can't beat the whole team with 1,000 of them.
Well, one of the things that interested me and I really liked about your pitch was that they were saving lives and they were kind of cleaning up some of the damage from the first film. Why was that important to you?
The Justice League is Mount Olympus. Like, in a literal way, it's Mount Olympus. Like, if you look at the archetypes. So I love the idea that no matter who's coming at you, once you see that green dot in the sky and the red blur in the streets and you hear the sonic boom from Superman coming in, you hear the Batwing overhead, you see Wonder Woman being taller than everybody.
Yeah.
The second that happens, you go, oh, well, I guess we're okay. Villains, when they're written right, are terrifying.
Yes.
Even the most minor comic book villain in the real world would make you your pants.
Oh, yeah.
And so the idea that, there's a group of people who are going to literally beat the crap out of whoever made you feel scared and being like, oh, thank God, knowing that it was going to be okay.
Wow.
And I wanted to capture, they don't really do that in the last Avengers movie, but I wanted to capture that because the Avengers are a paramilitary unit. That's what they are. The Justice League are not a paramilitary unit.
Right.
They're
Okay.
gods.
Yeah.
Any one member of the Justice League, of the main 7, could easily beat the entirety of the Avengers.
I mean, even Thor?
Yeah.
Okay.
If Thor's going to stand a chance against Superman,
Okay.
he has a pure heart. He's going to pick up that hammer, he's going to shove it up Thor's ass, and then he's going to
Damn.
put Thor into space. Although, I wonder if Superman's weak against magic, so I wonder if I'm getting
Oh, no.
in my own head.
No, it's fun to go down the rabbit hole with this stuff.
Oh, dude, I've been doing it since I was, I used to work at a comic book store, and I'd be in the back it's so funny because people, online, a lot of people, will say stuff like, you do this and you do that and you have a loud opinion. And I'm just the same 14-year-old kid in the back of a comic book store going, listen, Wolverine could technically beat Batman in a fight because there's no way for Batman to stop Wolverine.
Never lose that magic.
Damn.
Max Landis,
Pretty good.
Generous with your time. You're welcome.
Pretty
back
damn good.
anytime. Thanks for coming by, buddy.
Pretty damn
My
good,
absolute
Max.
pleasure. Thank you so much.
Pretty damn good.
So what is the dream sequel you'd like to see? Give us your pitch in the comments section below. If you have the best dream sequel pitch for the
Wins a
movie of your
t-shirt.
choice, we're going to send you a Screen Junkies t-shirt.
Yep. Always a t-shirt. Always a t-shirt. What do I gotta say about that? He got me intrigued in the beginning. Max, you got me intrigued in the beginning. But at some points, you kind of got me like, I don't think that would work. Like, with Superman taking down all the Justice League, I don't think that would, it would probably work, but that would take too long. Think about how is he going to get the Flash? He has to be really strategic and smart, and the only person that knows how to kind of do that stuff is Batman. So maybe there was a way that you can somehow stick a story between Batman and Superman working together. I don't know, but I don't know. Then you take down Wonder Woman, and then Martian Manhunter would be fun, and then Green Arrow. I think Green Arrow would be the easiest one for Superman to take down. Wonder Woman would be a fucking hassle. They'll be fighting for a long time because Wonder Woman doesn't give up. Martian Manhunter would be really hard in a way because he can transform to anybody, but you can also just win by using fire. Superman could probably, I don't know, freeze Flash's legs. I don't know. It just seems very complex. But I do like the pitch what he was going towards. Superman and Lex Luthor branding him, and the fact that Tom Hanks as Lex Luthor. I think there was a rumor of him that he wanted to play Lex Luthor, and I think it would have been brilliant. There was a lot of better candidates than Jesse Eisenberg. I don't know why they went with Jesse Eisenberg. Maybe he was cheaper. Who knows? There's Bryan Cranston, who everybody wanted. You had Michael C. Hall, who is my favorite from Dexter. He just has that persona, playboy, and then also that threatening look in his face when he's going to do something bad. Let's see, Bryan Cranston, Michael C. Hall, and Tom Hanks. Those are some pretty good ones. There were other ones as well. What's his name? The guy from Titanic. I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. The bald dude. He's not that famous anymore. He was Phantom. I don't know. Whatever his name. He probably would have pulled it off. But Jesse Eisenberg, I think he's still going to do a good job. I think he's going to prove a lot of people wrong. But, from watching the trailer, he's just Jesse Eisenberg. Jesse Eisenberg acts like Jesse Eisenberg. There's certain actors. Seth Rogen. He acts like Seth Rogen. And that's just how it is. And people like it. So, I'm really interested in what they're going to do for Batman and Superman. We got to next year. But I did like Max's pitch. I just didn't like some of it. I did get what he was going with. The Lex Luthor pitch was pretty nice. The Justice League part seemed a little bit too crowded, too much, even though I know Batman and Superman is doing it. But I think Batman and Superman, they're going to find ways to do it right, not giving them too much time. If you think about it, The Flash, Wonder Woman, everything he was just listening down to all the heroes. You might as well call it Justice League, not Man of Steel 2. Man of Steel 2, I know he threw Batman in there, but you know, you don't need to have the rest of the Justice League. A small cameo would have been nice. Maybe like Clark Kent interviewing Barry Allen would have been nice. Barry Allen's actually in Metropolis. He wants to know more about Superman. So then think about it, like Barry Allen goes, "This Superman interests me a lot," and then Clark's just looking at him like, "Really?" Like, "Yeah." And then like they show the news about the Flash just going fast, and he's like, "Nah, that guy interests me." He's like, "Yeah." And then that would have been fucking perfect like that. I think certain things, certain angles like that, where I come up with my own ideas. That's what I would like to see in certain things. I know how not to crowd people and then also give people what they want, but it's not really about who we want. It's about what the company wants, like Warner Brothers. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys like this. This one I went into full detail of certain things I did like and I didn't like and what I would do. And I know a lot of you guys missed that. I know it's a reaction video and still, but you know, maybe I could do more topics about this, like my own pitch, maybe, who knows. But yeah, please make sure to check out my channel update. I talk about certain things, why I was not been doing videos and certain things, so make sure to check that out as well. And if you want to see more reaction videos, all you gotta do is click the top right. It will take you to the other reaction videos I've done lately. And yeah, guys, thank you again for watching. My name is JaeRoar, and I am the best at what I do, and that is giving you the 1-2 punch.